then about the long-term project what we have was start 2004 for 10 years. But this project is summarized everything what is needed to have one big project. Promotion, education and training, planning, rehabilitation of its neighborhood, restoration of priority buildings, and rehabilitation of the old bridge. Why the old bridge? Because you need for every project one carrier of the project. Something very monumental to attract attention, because if we don't have this bridge, nobody will give money for the city, for Bosnia. Bridge was like attracting money. This is like advertisement of the project. Because of the bridge, all money came. We can talk about building, beautiful building, but no interest. Should be something extraordinarily beautiful, extraordinarily important. And this is probably one of the biggest projects till now. We are starting new one in the Alturad, because we have 1,272 participants from 31 countries and 68 universities in this project. And from this student, from that time, we have now 46 university professors. You can see destruction. This is bridge in the middle. Every building was destroyed. This is few roofs you can see, but this is after the war restored for military purposes. This is list. This is posters. 10 years was going in continuity. Master planning, what was later used for the rehabilitation of neighborhood with different characteristics. You can help something what is not giving money, you can give grant. Something what will bring money, like restaurant, you are giving loan. Something what is important is infrastructure. Without infrastructure, not possible to use. For example, now in this left corner down, you can see building what we restored and use like office and lodging. We have for training of people 59 beds in the city in 5 buildings. And upper building on the upper left is the Center Luciano Pavarotti, famous tenor and U2 group, organized concert in Italy and donate 5 million to rebuild this school for healing people with music. This is something new, totally new. We healing people from the war consequences by music. This is still functioning. There is the primary, secondary school, ballet school, and studio for recording music, what is bringing money for the school. Then you have a small bridge, donation of the Duke of Luxembourg, mosque, 2 mosques was donation of Saudi government, 1 mosque for Jordania government, 1 mosque from one American businessman who never come to Mostar to see anything, but he gave money thanks to promotion. And this is a restored monumental building because Bosnia is on the border with this Islamic fort. And then what is important, pardon, I'm going back. Wrong finger. This is the key building. And the World Bank organized money collection, UNESCO was supervising. And then we restored this bridge and surrounding. And then based on this, we organize opening. Now this year we are celebrating 10 years. This is opening. We have 13,000 participants and 56 state delegation coming to Mostar. Italy was giving the biggest money, $3.3 million for the bridge reconstruction. And then many other countries, Netherlands, banks, individual people giving money. But it was big events and events what is integrated. This is people in Bosnia. This is other project, restoration mosque in Bulgaria. Or this is one initial project next to the bridge. Sheikh Qasimi from Sharjah gave money for this. This was like project what was giving instruction for all other projects, used like example for all other restoration project. Building was not destroyed in the war, destroyed by communists 50 years before the war, but the restoration was going in detail. We find photographs, elements in archive, etc., and finally restored. This is very important building by position, and was destroyed because it has perfect position, dominating corporate area. And this is like a panel about this, and other mosque, one only mosque in that area by Vimar Sina, and was shot many times, but then every stone was recorded, and every stone position was returned back. This is like decoration under gallery under Sharaf minaret, collected and returned. And then what is very important, what we saw in previous example in Italy, we have decoration, wall painting from 3 historic periods, and carefully cleaning. You must reach everyone and then make summary and tell evaluation. Aha, from this period we are keeping this piece, from that period other piece, etc. And this is opening same day with the bridge, because why? Person who built this mosque was in charge for bridge construction, and we have a Friday prayer, then continuing with the development of the program. And this is like a project what is now ongoing in Bosnia. Most decorated mosque in the complete Ottoman territories, Kolalaja, meaning colorful, destroyed by dynamite. And you can find the stone 200 meters far, but what is more cynical and tragical, Serbs killed many people, 1,000 people, and mixed in different holes with these stones. And we returned back 3,500 stones, and find 522 stones with the decoration. In every stone will be returned back. Last week was signed contract between Turkish government and Bosnian exactly foundation Vakuf Farm to restore. This is my project too. I'm showing just my project, to be understand. This is elements we are trying based on the drawings what we find to restore the old drawings. And this is elements, other mosque, what is simple one, but same procedure, was destroying the same things. From the hill they rolled the tires full of dynamite and then fall on the mosque explode. And this is a key project for complex Islamic states, Al-Quds, Jerusalem. We are trying to do many things, but it's going very hard because every centimeter you have barricade on the road by the Israeli occupation. And we try, a lot of research was done. We are visiting site, collecting information, and you have comparison part of Jewish quarter, because they pushing Muslim to leave the city. If they leave, not possible to return, then buy this property for very small money. And Jewish quarter is looking like five-star holiday village, and Muslim quarter is looking like disaster. You can see here, because without infrastructure, without facilities, and we find in different, for example, mausoleums, family, 9 people living in mausoleums because no place. If they leave, they lost. This is policy, eating the space of Muslims is red surfaces and digging the clean Maghribi complete area to approach this wailing wall. But plan is to destroy Kubetul Sahra in Al-Aqsa to build third temple. They have Vakuf and they collecting money. They have very big money, and they trying every week to provoke Palestinian, because president of Knesset parliament is coming with the army to Al-Aqsa. Every week some new events organizing. You know, very bad physical condition of people. And idea is first to research library, because it's more than 300,000 documents about Al-Quds in archives. And we try to fix idea like to collect documents about property, who is owner of this land. This is most important. Second, we involve many universities in this, and we trying to prepare restoration now too. I'm going, the third is now preparing this is one of the projects that we are planning to do, Haseki Sultan complex, because if we are providing working conditions for Palestinians, they will have a living condition to stay there. And then this is different images, different building what we are studying, and this is like structure, because you need professionals, you need money, you need institutional setup, because something positive, but it's not going very positive, that Jordanian Vakuf is in charge for Haram al-Sharif, and many buildings in the city. Israel don't recognize Palestinian language. This is like a list of surveys, different sites, and this is like we are publishing these reports to spread awareness. This is 2 reports now, 31 in preparation. This is project what is most promising because this project can employ 500 people. This is Souk al-Katanin with 2 hammams, and 2 hammams now is going to be restored by European Union money, Alain al-Shifa. And we have something what we mentioned this morning. With Al-Turad, we have the summer school program. 2011, we study one part of Turkey, southeast, central part. Then we study 2012 north part, going to Istanbul to Trakya. Then last year we study we have this in spring starting program in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Then in summer we have Turkey, Greece and Bulgaria. Next one will go in more west, going more west to Balkan, and after that we'll go, this is new one. This summer, 5th of August, after Ramadan, we are starting this program. All of you are invited to join us. This is program, 5th of August, finishing 26th of August, we are visiting de facto 5 countries. In the Balkan, we will see so rich heritage. And this is a general scheme of 15 programs. We are going west to Spain and Morocco. We're going to Tunisia, then inshallah Cairo, if the situation is going. Then the final one will be Syria, going east is Central Asia, Iran and Baku, Azerbaijan. And then based on this, economic development should be very important to develop on heritage, and this is exactly role of the Saudi High Commission for Tourism and Antiquities. And we discuss, and it's possible to organize different stories. Ibn Battuta routes, like works of architect Sinan. Now we are preparing in Istanbul one Saudi organization for Jeddah. They organize a program for ladies to study. For example, first tour will be important mosques. Second one will be tour jewelry, different clothes. Everything is possible to develop from heritage, but idea what is now very important on the web is virtual museum of Islamic art. You have many components because Islamic art is very present in the Metropolitan Museum, the Smithsonian Museum, the London Museum, everywhere you can find. And this is something what is possible to organize using paying tourist hub, crisscrossing this, and then it's important for ordinary people and for training people. And this is, for example, Ibn Battuta visiting different sites, following his story, or Mimar Sinan, or this is museum. But what is most important, what I want to emphasize, integrated project combining research, education, preservation, and development. We can stop here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Dear Professor, I think we speak more than we work. A lot of buildings, historic buildings, comes down. And our job is very little in confront of these buildings what fall down. What programs, really programs of conservation we have in the world, in the Islamic world in general? This is what the first question. The second question, I think you have to make a research about the Islamic heritage in Arabic world. It is more damaged than the Islamic in the Balkan world. I think that because cities are fall down. Third question, what proposal for the remaining elements of architecture of the Haram Sharif? What do you think is possible to make? A model, exterior model, to conserve something of that building, or a museum, or what?
Okay. First question, like architecture is built by investors and destroyed by investors, same. And then like investors are doing this based on their interest, all time is interest. And then solution for this not to be done is re-education, and I am forcing idea of education of educator, because every businessman, every leader, every prime minister, they have advisor for architecture, everyone. But if they giving them wrong solution is wrong for us. But not existing general consensus about this. Second one, related with the Arab words, situation is same like everywhere, but here is more visible because, especially because money came in Arab words very late. Then people are fascinating with tall buildings, because complete history of architecture is to have taller building and larger span. And related with Mecca, I think it's very important to evaluate situation, because every generation has right to add something, but how to keep balance should be real dialogue, not like attacking or confronting, etc. Dialogue is important, because something what we discuss in many places, you men, tall and short, can be like beautiful. Main trick is how many parameters we are including in the story. Because from my point, Mecca is not famous by architecture. Mecca is famous like center of the center. And then like architecture is something, I'm telling, architecture is good if it's 10% of the story, maximum. If it's more than 10%, something is wrong. Because Mecca is Mecca. From my point of view, this building, that building, no meaning for me. Because idea is, this is focal point of Islamic world. And then, just I'm telling, simple balance is okay, but should be dialogue, not like, I like, I don't like. This is for housewives. I like this color, or I don't like color. No discussion. This is, what is it? Italian?
Which one?
No discussion about taste.
Oh?
Taste.
No discussion about
Taste.
because taste differs from one to another. Taste. التذوق.
Gusto.
No, but it's Latin word.
Latin word.
Not in phrase. All Latin time the same phrases. Vitruvi, let's go, make principle, nobody touch them.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.